The Houston Astros have once again proven why I call them the best rotation in the league. And believe it or not, even losing 4 of 7 on the road this past road trip, the Astros starting pitching was pretty good. The 4 games they played versus the Chicago White Sox, in the 3 games they played versus the Atlanta Braves. The Astros starting pitching, well, it was pretty good. Some of the starters even were phenomenal. Now, out of the 6 pitchers that took the mound in this 7-game stretch for the Astros, 2 stood above the rest. And what would your guess be? Would it be Justin Verlander, the potential future Cy Young winner this year? Would it be returning from last year's ace pitcher, Lance McCullers? Or would it be rising star Framber Valdez? If you picked any one of those 3, well, it'd be a pretty good guess. You'd be wrong. Those 2 pitchers were Christian Javier, and I cannot believe I'm saying the second one, but Jose Urquidy. Now, before I get into this anymore, I want to say something real quick. I love Jose Urquidy. I have a lot of respect for the guy. He's got some good stuff, but he's not overpowering. He's not a guy that throws high velo. He doesn't have a lot of insane spin on his pitches, but he's just mastered the art of control and putting his pitches where he wants them, and he's just been so effective with it. I never really thought the day would come where I would say that Jose Urquidy outpitched guys like Framber Valdez, Justin Verlander, or Lance McCullers. But the day has finally come. Here we are. I'm saying it. Jose Urquidy outpitched Justin Verlander, Lance McCullers, and Framber Valdez. And we need to tip our cap to Jose because he was sensational. But before we get into that, let's look over at the numbers for Christian. Because Christian Javier's 1 start versus the Braves should have netted him a win because he was unbelievable. Christian Javier, who went against the Atlanta Braves, went 6 innings, only allowed 2 hits, gave up 1 run, a solo home run, walked 1, and struck out 8. And to be honest, this should have netted Christian the win. But what has become a common theme here, the Astros lost that game due to the bullpen. And I'm not going to get into much with the Astros bullpen because they've been phenomenal for the most part this year, but they've been a little shaky the past few weeks. But we got to look at Jose Urquidy's numbers because, man, they are good. Jose Urquidy's first start versus the White Sox this road trip had an absolute gem of a game. 7 2/3 inning pitched, gave up 6 hits, 1 run, and struck out 4. What's crazy is he probably could have completed 8 to 9 innings and had a complete game 1-run win. But unfortunately, Rafael Montero gave up 3 in the bottom 8, and we lost that game. But you gotta tip it to Jose. He was sensational that game. Pitched a gem. And then you look at this last start versus the Atlanta Braves. Again, pitched a gem of a game. Not as good as the one versus the White Sox. Dang near it. Jose had 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. But unlike that last game he started, Rafael Montero didn't blow this one. And what's crazy is Jose's been this good for the past 9 starts. He's been so unbelievable for the Astros here recently. But let's go over the rest of the rotation and what they did in these 2 series. Justin Verlander, who went 7 innings pitched, gave up 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts versus the White Sox. Sad we lost that game, but it happens. We look at Framber Valdez's 7 innings pitched, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 6 Ks. Yes, we won that one. Or we look at that absolute massacre, that beat down that the Astros delivered to the White Sox, that 21-5 game. Luis Garcia, who was on the bump, went 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, and 4 Ks. He was actually the worst starting pitcher we had this entire series. And that is saying a lot because our pitching staff was unbelievable this series. But we also cannot forget one more person. Lance McCullers' first start versus the Braves. 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and 6 Ks. Lance had a good start. It wasn't great, but it was good. But as y'all know, we lost that game 6-2. Our starting pitching was just so good this road series, yet we only won 3 of 7. Now, imagine when our bullpen does get back into form, we could have won 5 or 6 games on this road trip. As the season winds down, the Astros will continue to have the best starting rotation in baseball. The absolute best 6-man that we've seen in a little while now. Lance getting back into form, showing how dominant he can be. Jose Urquidy absolutely giving us gem after gem. And Christian Javier just really coming into form, doing his thing. On top of Framber Valdez being a potential Cy Young candidate and the frontrunner for the AL Cy Young, Justin Verlander. The Astros pitching is deep. And for anybody in the playoffs, it's going to be a real challenge to score runs against them consistently. My fellow Astros fans, I hope that y'all are enjoying the Astros and their pitching, because it really is the backbone of this team right now. But please let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Do you think that the Astros starting pitching will continue just to get better and better and continue to dominate? Do you think they'll falter a little bit? Because I thought, honestly, earlier this year, it might falter a little bit, but it's only gotten better. But please let me know in the comment section down below. And if you haven't already, go like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new, because I have plenty more baseball content like this on my channel. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Adios, mis amigos.
Hey, thank you for rocking out tonight. You could be anywhere in the world. You right here. And I got my special guest, Tyler Lee, man.
Yeah, you bringing this all from the Keystone State?
Chilling on the Empire State until we run the entire state.